hope you filed your taxes for the year, because if not, they are coming for you. Thank you so much for checking the channel out today. My name is Agabus, and we're taking a look at income taxes today. Now, income tax is the tax or the penalty that you have to pay in order to make money in the U.S. or any other nation for that matter. In the U.S., we have what's called a progressive tax, where you get penalized, you get taxed the more income that you make. You can see here from nerdwallet.com the tax brackets in 2023. Each tax rate or tax bracket will be dependent upon the income that you have. So take a look at your household filing, what your income is going to be, and that is where you fall in line for the tax rate. Here's an illustration again from nerdwallet.com. If you have a taxable income of 50 grand, the first chunk is always taxed at the same rate, 10%. The next slice is taxed at a different rate, and then the next slice is taxed at a different rate, and so on and so forth. Now, where did we get such a thing as income tax? Well, it goes back all the way to war times in the U.S., where Lincoln created the nation's first income tax in order to cover the Civil War expense. Later on, under the 16th Amendment, the income tax was fully ratified into law, where everybody now had to pay an income tax going forward. Fun fact, however, there was a Supreme Court ruling back in 1895 that said income taxes was illegal. Pollock versus the Farmers Loan and Trust Company. Again, a couple years later on, the 16th Amendment was ratified, making income tax legal. Also, fun fact, once the income tax was legal, you can see back here in 1913, how interesting that the tax revenue, or the amount of taxes the government takes, significantly jumps up. You can see this is wartime here for World War I. It drops a little bit here, and then it skyrockets again under the Second World War. And of course, it has never dropped since then. Another fun fact regarding income taxes over time, today's tax brackets actually seem decent in comparison to where they were 50, 60, 70 years ago during those post-World War II tax times. Of course, this is not tax or financial advice. You should speak with somebody regarding your tax or financial situation. If you do a quick Google search, again, nerdwallet.com says, how do you reduce taxes owed? Well, you have tax credits or tax deductions. Again, a few interesting tidbits regarding income taxes. In the last couple of years, there was a recent standard deduction increase where if you don't have enough deductions, you would just take the standard deduction for the year. You can see some of those numbers here from nerdwallet.com. If you happen to itemize your deductions when it comes to your taxes, you would be amongst the few people in the U.S. who do. Of those who claim an itemized deduction purely would be around 10% of the U.S. population. Another 74% of people will use the basic standard deduction when it comes to filing their taxes. Now, of course, there is the old adage that if you make more money, you have more tax loopholes and different things that you can do. Itemizing your taxes may be included as one of those ideas of a loophole. It's not a loophole, it's legal. However, if you make more income, usually you have more write-offs and more deductions. As you can see here from taxpolicycenter.org, the average itemized deduction amount per itemizer, the biggest ones are going to be the mortgage interest and the charitable contributions, and a good chunk, of course, for state and local taxes. Another interesting tidbit here for those people who are itemizing their deductions when it comes to taxes, a significant drop-off here. Again, the tax code was changed under Trump, where a majority of people will now be using the standard deduction versus itemizing deductions moving forward, which some would say it would streamline the tax policy and streamline the tax information. Hopefully, fingers crossed, getting us one step closer to that mythical flat tax people keep talking about. Well, this has been very interesting to go down the history of income taxes in the U.S. I hope you found it interesting as well. If you did, make sure to hit the like button below, subscribe if you want to see more content I put out, and send it to somebody else who also may feel like this information is beneficial. Thank you so much as always for following and liking and subscribing and watching to the end. As always, stay inquisitive, stay informed, and stay subscribed for more. We'll see you next time.